Hey guys, it's Darnie here. I got back from watching the new Michael Jackson movie, and I want to say, the movie wasn't bad. I actually enjoyed it. Now, listen, I'm not the biggest MJ fan, but honestly, what is this? I hate movie critics. Don't get me wrong, everyone has their opinion, and everyone is allowed to say how they feel. But oh my god, these people need to stop. How are they gonna give the new MJ low-ass rate, but the Neverland movie's a 98%? Like, seriously, why? The whole movie is based on lies. And to add salt to the open femur wound, these are the same people who rated the movie's Cuties, you know, the EDP movie, to the highest score. How does little 9-year-old girls shaking ass top tier, but Michael Jackson gets a 33%? Make this buffoonery make sense! I don't really like movie critics or any kind of critics that talks about TV shows because, like, most of them have no idea what they're talking about. This subject's a bit difficult to talk about. Not all movies, TV shows, or any source of media are perfect and can have their flaws. Not every reviewer does this, but damn, it's really hard to find someone who generally talks about a movie without shitting on it. Unless it's something that's actually bad. I don't really watch channels like CinemaSins or some movie review channels. They get so much stuff wrong in those videos, and if there's nothing to say at all, they go ahead and nitpick things. Things that are so insignificant. And unfortunately, if you have never seen this movie or show before, you most likely will believe them. It's common for people to spread misinformation online. I mean, duh, it's the internet. That's why you have to be careful with the stuff you're watching, think for yourself, and watch it for yourself before drawing your own conclusion.
See, I'm creating gas.
CinemaSins are a prime example of what I'm talking about. How many times are you going to talk about what's wrong with the movie and not actually pay attention? Most of the problems or sins of the movie are just whatever they make up. Or they will ask a question that the movie will just explain within 2 seconds. Asking questions about nothing just to make the movie look poorly constructed. Take their video of Transformers 1 for example. Almost every sin of the movie is him asking a dumbass question as if the movie didn't just explain it to you. Everything else is just nitpicking. Most of the stuff that they're complaining about are irrelevant to the whole story. Just watch it, because you're missing the important things. Like, why is he asking about D16's eye changing color and his whole attitude changes? That's so weird. Hello. It's called character progression. D16 just realized that his whole life is a lie, and the guy who he looked up to has been lying to their faces for their entire existence. How did you think he was going to react? He was slowly losing himself because he felt betrayed. Him also saying that Starscream and Soundwave's appearance were just nostalgia bait. But this movie is supposed to be the start of Transformers. How D16 became Megatron. These two characters are important. They're not just so, oh hey, I remember that character, oh my god, no. They are important to the story. CinemaSins just doesn't think, cause if he did, this video and many others wouldn't exist. It's like he didn't bother to just sit down and watch it. Also, I don't think he's a Transformers fan or know the lore very well, which is what I said before. Do your research. Because if you don't know the subject that you're talking about, you are going to get it wrong. Terribly wrong.
Oh!
Alex Myers is another one. Remember when I said you need to watch the movie and you also need to pay attention when watching? Because you are not going to understand and you will get things wrong. Let's take his video of his review on Wreck-It Ralph. Now he says that Turbo's story does not belong in the movie at all. Turbo only shows up for 4 minutes.
which I feel like kind of has nothing to do with the movie as a whole, you know? Like the movie's about Ralph not wanting to be a bad guy, but then the villain is talking about how he doesn't want to be replaced by like Gen Z kids or whatever. And like Turbo, the villain, is only in the movie for maybe like 4 minutes, and like these two plot threads have nothing to do with each other.
Let me break it down for you. Sugar Rush is Vanellope's game, her home. She is also the main character, and it was revealed in the end that she is the princess. Turbo went into the game's code and rewritten it, taking away Vanellope's memory along with everybody else's, and made her to be this glitch. After doing so, he made himself King Candy. King Candy is Turbo. Turbo is King Candy. And when he said that this part of the movie doesn't fit along with the story, it actually does. Because it is the main moral of the story, not to go turbo. Don't be like him, which Ralph does. He doesn't want to be the bad guy anymore, and he sneaks into another game to win a medal, which ends up almost deleting both Hero's Duty and Sugar Rush because of the bug he accidentally had with him. And his game almost got deleted because he wasn't in the game and people thought the game was bugging out. Turbo went into another game because he was jealous, and the cost of that was that game and his game to be pulled. Stay in your game. Don't jump into others because that's how problems happen. And that's why Sonic says, if you leave your game, stay safe, stay alert, and whatever you do, don't die! Because if you die outside your own game, you won't regenerate, ever! Game over! What that means, if you hop into other games, you have to be careful. Because if you do something stupid, you could cause yours and other games and lives in danger. Ralph in the end learns that even though he is the bad guy, he still plays the most important role. He matters. Felix matters. The characters in their own respective game matters. The movie is not just about going turbo and staying where you belong, it's also about self-discovery, learning to love and appreciating yourself. That's why Ralph said during the fight, being bad is good. He will never be good and that's not bad. There's no one he'd rather be than himself. That's why Wreck-It Ralph 2 sucks. It goes against the first movie. Everything we learned in the first movie just gets disregarded. Alex Myers doesn't do a good job explaining and fails to understand the story. I mean, if you're going to review a kid's movie and always saying that kids' movies aren't complex or anything, but when one actually is, it just flies over your head. How? If you say kids' movies don't make any sense, but there's movies aimed to a younger audience that tells a genuine story, then suddenly your brain doesn't click? You want a meaningful story, but you can't understand the story itself, the meaning, the morals, what drives the plot further. If you can't sit down and think, then why are you talking and saying nonsense about things that you don't get? This actually reminds me of another channel named Matt Walsh, who reviewed the Sonic 3 movie and openly admitted that he didn't even watch the movie and had no knowledge of the Sonic series. And now my logic is, if you don't want to watch something and you don't care about the movie, you don't know anything about the subject, then why are you speaking? He then made an analogy about being a hero father and taking his son to the movies to see this garbage of a film. Now, listen. My dad took me to see Sonic, and he has no knowledge of the Sonic Adventure series. He has no knowledge of that. He knows who Sonic is, but if you ask him what is this guy, he wouldn't be able to tell you. But he liked the movie. He didn't feel like he was being held on gunpoint to watch this. He wanted to spend time with me and explore my interests because that's what a good father does! His head is so far up his own ass that he bashes the Sonic fans because he thinks the movie is straight dumpster fire. He swears to God! He also said he didn't pay attention. You gotta be... this is going to go to everyone I talked about in this video. If you generally want to spit your take on something, at least do your research first. It's the one thing you should always do when you're talking about something people are going to watch and consume. If you don't do any kind of research and then tell people wrong information, it then ruins people's own perceptions of the media you're presenting. If you don't know what you're talking about, and you don't want to do your research about it, then get off the mic! But yeah, anyways, thank you everyone for watching. No, I don't hate these people, I just don't like their content. As a writer and as somebody who likes reviewing stuff, these are just some of my things that I really feel strongly about. Alright, gonna go. This is Starny, signing off.